respected Dr. Sridharan, Mr. Venkatesh, Dr. Anthony, Dr. Raikar, Dr. Mahabaleshwar, Architect Professor Ashok Mendonca, Dr. Aziz Mustafa, all the HODs, faculties and non-faculty members, parents, media personnel, and my dear students. For me, a graduation day is a day of celebration and separation. For you, it is a celebration. We are also part of that, but it's sort of a separation. And that separation I felt, as Dr. Raikar sir has mentioned, when I visited Dubai recently. On 1st of June, your ex-colleagues, ex-classmates, they invited us and they thrown a party as iftar. About 120 students were there. My experience was such that as if I go to my daughter's in-laws place, and when I go there, the in-laws talk so great about my daughter, saying that, you know, your daughter is so nice, she respects the husband, you know, she takes care of the parent-in-law, you know, she does all that good thing. That is what one of the students' boss, who was a guest of honor that day, an Arab gentleman, he was talking about our students. I felt so elated, and the kind of respect and regard, the love and affection, what they showed on us, I felt it is all worth it. Because, friends, running this institute is not that easy. And we are not doing for making money. God has been extremely kind to us. You know, it is not you know, to get the money or to get the profit we are doing this. You know, we started, I must tell you, our Dr. Sridharan asked me, he said that, what is my qualification? Sir, my qualification, to be honest with you, as a school dropout. It doesn't mean that I was a mediocre student. It doesn't mean that I was a lazy student. I was a very, very intelligent and smart boy. I was also at my, you know, young days, I was like in Kannada they say, manege mari, urige upakari. You know, I used to always help others, but not that much to my own people, you know, my own household people. And then, unfortunately, during the, you know, examination time, I lost my cousin brother, you know, in an accident. With that, I couldn't control, you know, myself and prepare myself for the exam. I failed, and when a person fails, what he does? He run away. You know, I didn't run away actually. I went by bus, but people say that, no, this fellow is run away. So I ran to Mumbai, and Mr. Venkatesh, you must know that my first job was working for an oil company. You know, it's called Ismaili Mehta. I worked for that company as a clerk. In the entire area of Mahur, Chembur, all that area I worked for 200 rupees salary. And within 8 months' time, by the grace of God, we started our own company. You know, Royal Liquid Transport Company. And there was one gentleman, Mr. Rai. You know, he's from Mangalore. I happened to meet him, he liked me. I was a young boy, just 16 and a half years. You know, he liked me, and he was the head of IOC in Surat. The new depot was started. We started these liquid transport companies, sir. Not knowing, we had a, you know, old lorry, tanker to supply the furnace oil to the entire south side of Gujarat, the Vapi, you know, Bilimora, Namsari, and all those areas. So when I was working there, Mr. Rai helped me a great deal. But then what happened was, our vehicle had a third-party insurance. I was not knowing what is third party and first party. And that vehicle met with an accident. The tanker met with an accident. I had no other go except close the shop. Then I went abroad. You know, I went to Muscat for a meager job. You know, but then when I went there, I worked in such a manner that within 28 days, from a room boy, by the grace of God, I became a car desk clerk. I started learning from that. At that time, there was a Wang computer. You know, I don't think any of you have seen that Wang computer, such a big computer. And I used to work in the morning day in this company. It's called Albert Abela, as a catering company, and I used to study during the evening hours. Like that, I stepped the ladder of my success. By the grace of God, in 2 years' time, I got a job in Petroleum Development of Oman. Petroleum Development of Oman, getting a job is like a blank check. At that point of time, my basic salary was 23,000 rupees. The basic salary. In 2 Eid time, we used to make 1 month's salary. But at that time, my beloved father, what a father my father was. Amazing father. My father was a primary school teacher. Whatever we are today, it is all his blessings, God's blessings and my parents' prayer. The kind of work he used to do, he used to go to every house. He used to ensure that every student comes to the school and he teach them. And his teaching is not more than more than that. He's talk about the, giving. He is always, he wanted to, even though he was we are from the poor family, we are from the, rural family, 362 rupees was his salary. With that salary, 6 brother and 7 sister, 13-member family. You can imagine how he must have managed. But at that time, nammalli nemadi ittu, shanti ittu, a manasige, a sauvardate ittu. Today, money is there, but there is no peace. The reason being, the greed and the pride, that is taken away the humility. The virtuousness that is taken by the greed and pride. And from that's the time I lost my father. I just got married, and after 1 year of that, I lost my father. I couldn't control. For me, even today, every day I start with my father's, his memory comes. Every day, my father and my mother and all those good people, all those virtuous people who help us in treading our path, till date. Otherwise, you imagine, my friend, how can I stand in front of a personality like Dr. Shantram Shetty? How can I stand in front of, personality like Dr. Ravindran, and all those great people? And what a personality is Dr. Shantram Shetty. You should know, you just follow Dr. Shantram Shetty, your life is made. Till morning he comes at 8 o'clock to his clinic, and night it goes at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. And morning again at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock he is ready and teaching. Work is worship. My father was a great storyteller. He used to talk about, different aspects, Ramayana, Mahabharata, and Pravadigalu, Vachanagalu and all that. In that he used to say about the Karma Yogi. I saw with Dr. Shantram Shetty that Karma Yogi. And sir, you will have a moksha in this world itself. This is my prayer. Because you already attained that. I will tell you one aspect of his sincerity and honesty. My mother-in-law, 8 years back, she had a fall. At that time, she was 81 years. She had a fall. I called up one of my close friends. He's a good doctor, supposed to be, a Muslim gentleman. I called him, and the first thing he said, sir, you want imported item? You want, Indian item? I was talking about my mother-in-law's sickness and how to, get her cured. But he was talking about the figure. I heard, he said imported is 1 lakh and odd, and Indian is some 70,000, 80,000, whatever. And but I was not comfortable. Then I went as usual to Dr. Shantram Shetty. Can you imagine? He did that job without the complete anesthesia. With the local anesthesia, he completed the job for 16,000 rupees. My mother-in-law, now 89 years, hale and healthy. She is in our home. That is Dr. Shantram Shetty. It is my privilege and honor that in front of all this August gathering, I had an opportunity to talk. Friends, many things told by our dignitaries. There are certain things I also want to talk about. I will not take much of your time. I will talk. You see, everybody said about the truth. Graduates, this is the first time, this is the last time perhaps I'm asking you to be concentrate on my talk. The ladies in the 5th row, please, everyone should look at me. You know that how I handle in your class. Whenever I come, I will ensure that there should be eye connection. So don't look down. The pink Yeah, don't look down. Look at me. Look at me. Okay, look at me. I'm not that bad. I'm not a smart person. Okay, so look at me. Concentrate on what I'm saying. You see, it says truth, justice, and universal brotherhood. That is the way we must work. I must tell you about a prophet's one event. One day, Prophet ﷺ was sitting in his mosque. One person said, come. He comes and he says that, Prophet, I would like to come to your fold, but I have a 4 condition. He said, what is that condition? Please listen very carefully. He said, you see, I am a liar, and my age is now 50 plus. I can't change that. So I have to continue my, the lying thing. If you allow me, then I will come to your fold. He said, fine, what next? He said, I am a drunkard. I drink. Without drink, I cannot sleep. So I will continue that, but you have to, then if you accept that, I will come to your fold. He said, fine, what is next? He said, I am a womanizer. So I have that weakness. So you have to accept that. He said, fine, that also. Fourth, what next? He said, my livelihood is by dacoit and by, chori and by snatching and all that manner, not a virtuous manner. You must also accept that. So Prophet said, you do one thing. You ask for 4 requisites. In these 4, 3 I will accept. 3 I will accept. 1 you need to accept. So that fellow was very happy. He said, fine, Prophet, I am ready to accept. Because 3 anyway you accepted. And he thought, Prophet must be saying that don't drink, or don't womanize, or don't do, non-way of, sourcing fund. But Prophet said, be truthful. Be truthful. Satyameva Jayate is so important, my friends. In life and the death, for me, it is a truth. How the truth? I will tell you how it is worked. See how it is working. That man, following day, he thought, as usual, he saw some, where he can get the, what is that? Sharab, what do you say? Sharab, wine, whatever. So he said, look, I must go and have the drink. So then he realized that if I go and have a drink, and naturally people are going to see it. And when the people are going to see it, they are going to convey to the Prophet. And Prophet will ask me, my friend, have you drunk? And then I have to say, no. That is a lie. So I already promised the Prophet that I will not lie. By virtue of that one promise, he has become such a great virtuous man. He left all his vices and became a great, a follower of Prophet. So truth and justice. Justice should be no compromise in the justice. The caste, creed, region, family, friends, nothing like that. It is just. Like God is just, we should be justice. Then the universal brotherhood, it is not that mean mentality of I, me, myself. No, it is a universal brotherhood, including the creature. It is not only the human being. We need to go beyond that. Every creation is done. Is created by the Creator. It says in the holy books. It says that no leaf shall fall without His command. You imagine, you just go out and see one tree, you cannot count the leaves, millions of leaves. But the Creator says, no leaf shall fall without my command. When he said, I was talking about this to one of the virtuous man, he said, my son, forget about leaf to fall. Leaf will not even move, because for the leaf to move, it requires a wind. It cannot move with our fan. So when the leaf cannot move, how can we do things at our whims and fancies? Always think that someone is watching. Always that Kanada Kai, the unseen hand, the moment we realize, then we bring in the discipline. We see that this is the right and wrong, the good and bad, all that will come the moment we realize that. And see, whatever you do, everything, whatever is there in our campus, that itself is good for you. Learning is not, the degree is not a learning, my friend. This is the one aspect of life. Otherwise, learning is from the cradle to the grave. Every place, every people you meet, every events you come across, everywhere you need to learn. That quest for learning should be infinite. Learn from cradle to grave. Then you enter, you see, to get success, there is clarity of mind, purity of heart. You see, to get success, what is most important after the good intention and the hard work? See, I am saying again, after the good intention and hard work, because there is no shortcut than the hard work. So after the good intention and the hard work, what is most important is the clarity of mind. And the clarity of mind will come with the purity of heart. Always keep your heart pure and clean. It doesn't mean that we are human beings. We are bound to have, that issue. But then try to consciously work towards that. And always, every day, maybe before you go to the pet, you think about the 24 hours what you have done, the good, bad, what you done a good thing or where you created problem, and pray to God that whatever you have done good, you should be accelerated, and whatever you have done bad, says seek forgiveness from God that make me a good human being, and you see in our company we have a formula. Whenever we buy a product, excuse me, again you need to look at me. Don't talk in between. Another 5 minutes. You stayed for the last 2.5 hours. Just 5 minutes. You see, there is a formula called QVR. Whenever we buy a product or a services, we say QVR. That product or a service should pass the test of QVR. What is Q? Quality. What is V? What is V? Variety. It is value. It is value. See, it is not cost. Cheap cannot be best. It is a value for the product. It is value for the services. And what is R? When a managing director of MRPL, being a commercial man, he spoke about the holistic aspect. You are the students, you talk of the return on investment? No, it is not return. It is the relationship. It is a relationship. The relationship what you maintain, that will bring you to the highest level. And in word, some people take as challenges. I take it as an opportunity. But bear in one thing very clearly. Every opportunity brings a responsibility. Every opportunity brings a responsibility, because opportunity has not come by you. It is God given you. When he gives, if I give something to my son, 10 rupee, I will ask him. I said, boss, what you have done with this 10 rupee? So opportunity brings the responsibility, and responsibility becomes the accountability. You work like that. And one of the students already said that, you see, the job, it is not the job. Job is not the end of the life, my friend. Life is beyond that. But you should have that infinite faith with the Creator, that if the Creator is with me, the entire world is against me, I have no issue. But the very same Creator is not with me or is against me, then the whole world supports us. It will not, leave us anywhere. So it is the unflinched faith with the Creator, and for that, prayer should be your weapon. Every time any problem, anything happens, pray to God. Pray to God. Make God as your partner. Fight with the God. Cry with the God, because in today's world, human being is not worth it, because everywhere they're all opportunists. So create God as our partner. That is the way we should work. And then start, always when you start earning, the first salary, you try to give it to not your parents, beyond the parents, because parents already made you. Now you must give it to the poor people. That giving should come in this age itself. It is always kottuttu tanage, bachittu pararige. Guttondu heluve, putani makkale, kottuttu tanage, bachittu pararige. Because at the end of the day, my friend, the life is very, very simple. It is 6 plus 2 plus 1.5. The essence, the end of the sum total of this entire life, according to me, is 6 plus 2 by 2 plus 1.5. If I have not got it very clearly, I will say, if the person like Amitabh Bachchan, it will be 7 plus 2 plus 1.5. If the person's height is maybe like Amir Khan, it is 5 plus 2 plus 1.5. That is what ultimately we are going to carry home. That's all. So it is not what you make and how you use. It is what you leave behind. The legacy, what will you behind? The way Dr. Shantaram Shetty and all other dignitaries are, they left such a legacy, and that is what we need to work. And always have a high goal. Because, and it is not, you see, for example, we had an opportunity to build a large project in Mangalore, 1993. So it was a 164 apartment. So everybody said, sir, maiden venture, how can you go for a mega venture? But I took it another way around. I said, whether it is a 10 apartment or a 100 apartment, effort is the same. So we went for the larger, size development. And then, you see, when you go for work, it is a dignity of labor. Dignity of labor, that is most important. Whatever you work, you should have that satisfaction. And work beyond the call of the duty. Work, what you do, work, you are being paid. So nobody, neither boss will be happy, nor God will be happy. Because you've been paid. It is beyond the call of the duty will make you different. You should be like a pole star. You should be not like a run of the mill. Always tread the path which is less treaded. Not like everybody is gone, you also go with that like a bandwagon. No, that is not the BATN should do. All that is possible when you have that faith, that partnership with the Creator. Then it is possible. And when you start helping others, you see, for example, you going for an interview, morning when you are going, there is some poor people, first give some money, give some money, pray to God, and be a good human being, nice human being. Because you see, India, in today's world, today, the 21st century, it belongs to India. What a great opportunity you young engineers is having now. The maximum construction, the maximum development in the world is happening in India. And you are in an opportune time, provided you take that responsibility. You must work in that manner. You must work with that vigor. Saying that, leave no stone unturned till you get your result. And then salary, see, the Lakshmi and Saraswati, I will tell you very unique difference. Lakshmi, for example, I have 100 rupee. I pay, you 50 rupee. With me, left with the 50 rupees only. But the uniqueness of Saraswati is, I have 100 rupee, I gave entire 100 to you, I get in millions and billions and trillions. So it is not the money. Money has already been destined to you. How much you have to get, how you have to get, and where you have to get, it has already been destined. It is what you are going to leave the legacy in this world. That is important. Be nice to the people. My father used to tell me that upakara maduvaga upadra madabeda. He always say, upakara madu, help others. Because you imagine today, you 200 people are sitting in this air-conditioned auditorium thanks to Mangalore University. But at this moment, in your neighborhood, hundreds and thousands of children who want to study, but they don't have an opportunity to study. Their parents are not, wealthy enough to send their children to the school or to the college. So you are the blessed one. So count the blessing. Every time when you seek prayer to God, don't seek things from God. First, you must we must know how to get the God to align to our requirement. How you will do it? Praise the God. Praise the God. Count the blessings what of all He has blessed you, and then you ask. That is the way you need to do your prayer. One of students already said that yes, you should not become a employment seeker. You must become an employment creator. That's very, very important. Because see, Indian mind, the jugaad, the jugaad is with our Indian mind. Anything we do, don't worry, sir. Don't worry, sir. We will do it. Okay, but that entrepreneurship skill, and when I say entrepreneurship skill, it doesn't mean that it should be a big company. You start a tire retailing company, but bring honesty, bring excellency. When you say that I am giving it at 2 o'clock, your product should be ready by 1:30. And then never do these what is that? These garage people. People don't trust them. The trust is the most important thing for success in business. You should be a trustworthy person. So take up business, take up entrepreneurship, and you create a team. So if somebody is good in business acumen, somebody is good in marketing ability, somebody is good in product design. Create a team. You know, you can make a team and then go into the entrepreneurship. And I need at least 10% of you should go for a higher education, higher study, and then become a professor. Because you see, whatever you may be, at the end of the day, no profession is comparable to teaching. You know, be the good teacher, be the good professor. You know, then another 10% I want you to pursue in defense. That's very, very important. I mean, I always, wherever I get an opportunity, I tell them that the defense services should become mandatory for every Indian. Believe me, 80% of all our problem will go off. You know, Government of India should make that defense is a mandatory, even for 1 year. That is where we'll bring, you know, discipline and team spirit and all those things. Okay, and then one more is about civil service. I understand few of our students are pursuing civil service. I really need to, you know, you must take up civil service. If you become they are like a rajas. You know, today's DCs or collector, they are like old days rajas. So work hard to become a, you know, civil service expert. You know, whether it is IAS, IPS, IRS, whatever. See, one good police officer can make a sea change in this entire area. So all these are important, you know, in life. And finally, I will tell in 3 languages, and I will close my talk. Start with English. It's already been said by, you know, one of our student. It is always the success mantra is individual commitment, collaborative effort, and collective leadership. You know, that is the success mantra. In Kannada also I want to say, you know, it's on a human value. Manaviya alayu, sahabalveya neleyu. Manaviya alayu, sahabalveya neleyu. Sauhardada kampu, tarli jagakkella tampu. And the last one, in Urdu, it is a Hindi dialect of a poet from Indore of UP. This I am dedicating to Dr. Shantaram Shetty. And I'm sure it's a simple Hindi word, sir. You will understand the meaning. Jab aaya tatu, rota tatu. When a little baby comes out of the mother's womb, that baby is crying. Jab aaya is dunya mein, jab aaya tatu, rota tatu, haste te jag sara. काम जगत में ऐसे कर जा, तू हंसते हुए जाए, तुझे रोए सारा संसार. Good luck. God bless.